do 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 do. Hey, you guys. I'm gonna wait for a few minutes to see where everyone is at. Okay. I have my coffee. Yes, it's a coffee shake and it's very good. And yeah, hold on one second, you guys. Let me get situated. Yeah, no. Hey, Haley, how are you guys doing? Hey, okay. It's a Virgo morning with moi and my girl Scorpion Goddess. We are going to talk about some things. She'll be here in a few minutes, but I want to share this song because Latte Java Drips Radio is all about independent artists, about juicy topics, things that can stimulate your mind, and because you know music stimulates the mind, and you know, independent artists, new songs coming out that I want you guys to hear about. Oh, you will know in a few minutes. But I have to play this song and it's called Lovesick. So his name is Manny Solo. He's from Florida. And I discovered him on TikTok, I want to say about 2-3 years ago. And he was singing about some woman. I guess they had split up. I think he was going through some things. But he did a, I have to play it. This is not the song, but I knew when I heard him sing, I said, I got to find out more about this guy. I'm pretty sure he's a singer or rapper or something. I know this guy has something to say. So I followed him. I started following him on Facebook and I was just hooked, right? So I invited him on Station Head. I interviewed him. It was amazing. And his Instagram is like blowing up, okay? So here it goes. It's called Lovesick. Yeah, you guys, that is Manny Solo. If you haven't heard of him, you need to check him out. He has a song now called Headstrong that's out. So if you don't know, now you know. You gotta check this out. It's Manny Solo, Headstrong.
Take a walk with me so you can talk with me. I only need a moment to feel a vibe. I know you gon' remember me from all the energy I fed you flowing. And you glowish, I like that. Eh. And you glowish, I like that. Eh. And you glowish, I like that. When the sun set, you bring that light back. You give me time, let me show you. You could say goodbye to the old you. I will pay attention like I owe you. Headstrong, headstrong, and I know that you like that. The way you look when we talking, I know you like that. I'm right here, now you know how to wait for it. Headstrong, headstrong, headstrong. Shaggy boo boo, let me take you out soon on a rendezvous. Promise I won't do you dirty like they do, 'cause I can show you right now.
Yeah, that's Manny Solo, you guys. If you have not heard of Manny Solo, you are sleepy. I'm telling you, this brother is so talented. It's lovesick. It is lovesick. I'm telling you, there are so many independent artists out there that are not getting the recognition that they deserve. And he is one of them. And he's doing a lot of things on Instagram. He does a lot of shows. It's crazy because when I interviewed him, it was like it was on Wednesdays on Station Head, and it was like I had him, Manny Solo, and Deshaun Visions because I wanted two independent artists to come together and tell their story. So I kind of felt like they both had the similar vibe and a similar, music taste, and it was crazy because he's not a singer. In my mind, I thought he was a singer, and it was a hobby for him, and now it's not a hobby. So yeah, you guys need to follow Manny Solo. He's like super, super talented. So yeah, I had to throw that out there. And the fact that Valentine's Day is coming up. So, you guys, I need to get up on some good music. And, I'm going to create a Valentine's Day playlist for you guys. And special surprise coming up in a couple of weeks. So yeah, you guys gotta check it out. And definitely, like I said, Manny Solo is someone you want to know about. So, let me see if Miss Scorpion Goddess is ready. She doesn't come on exactly 11 o'clock because, I like to give my little intro about my pick of the artist for independent artists on Latte Java Drips Radio. And I had to talk about Manny Solo because he's super, super talented. And I want you guys to, listen in because, it's a Virgo morning. And like I always say, Virgo and coffee mix, okay? So I am sipping. First, I need to let y'all know what I'm sipping. This is coffee, of course. This is a coffee shake. People always ask me, they're always saying, where, your skin be glowing, be looking good. But I want to say it's genes, my mama and daddy genes, and this stuff right here. This is what I drink. When I'm in the mood to have a shake, this is what I drink. And it has collagen in it. So if you want to stay youthful looking, because I'm 50, 50, this is what I drink. So I have a shake, and then I have this shake here that gives you so much energy, and it's really good for your skin. So that's what keeps my skin glowing. Seriously, no joke. All right. So let me get Miss Scorpion Goddess on here so we can talk about a few things that's been on my mind. And I don't know if you guys gonna like what we have to say, but it's something. It's not your typical topic. Folks, like I said, may not like it, But hey, it is what it is. Okay? It is what it is. So hold 1 second. Hey, I'm gonna turn this up. Hey, he going off. Hey. All right. Then work on the moon. Okay, this one song's called Jasmine. Y'all gotta hear this. See, I guess he was in a freaky mood. He's a Gemini too. I hate to say this shit. I know I should be putting sides into this, but he's a Gemini. So, yeah, it's called Jasmine. But that song that's it's a little explicit, but it works. Hold 1 second, you guys. Instagram be tripping. But soon, very soon, I won't be using too much of Instagram because I don't want any pauses. Yeah, I had to throw the Gemini in there. He a Gemini too. Yeah, I had to because he be, I don't know, he had a relationship situation and it didn't go well. But I may have a good reason, a good look, hey, y'all be tripping. Geminis be tripping, all right? Y'all be on some trip mode. Y'all do. Y'all be on some trip mode, Y'all be on some trip mode. I was up here talking about Geminis.
I heard, the first thing I heard was Geminis be tripping. I'm like, oh shit.
They do.
What did I miss?
Look, Manny Solos is this artist. He is amazing to me, and I love his voice. And he's a Gemini, and he was singing about this woman that he lost, and I guess he was trying to get her back. And I was just like, but I loved his voice. I don't think he ever got her back.
The inconsistency.
Anyway. Some of the most talented don't want to down any of the zodiacs. Yeah, whatever on the radar, whatever. Hear you. Anyway. What's going on, Scorpion? What's going on, Scorpion Goddess?
Oh, not much. I mean, this is going to be a pretty productive weekend for everybody because we have 6 planets in Earth signs, and that is a lot of Earth, and it's not going to happen for a long time. So this is the weekend to get shit done. If you're like, oh, I have this project I'm working on, this is the time to do it, all this energy is going to make us put that effort into it, figure out a long-term plan, and be strategic with how we do it. And we just had Venus become direct today. Yay! That's good.
Thing. So we okay.
Yeah, but Venus and Pluto are conjunct in the exact degree in the sign of Capricorn. So that's really solidifying those karmic relationship ties that you have with other people and with money and so on. So because it became direct today and it's conjunct with Pluto, it's saying, what lessons did you learn? What new relationships and boundaries do you have? No. And are you saying no without putting a reason behind it? Because no in itself is a sentence. You don't need to explain stuff. So this is what these aspects are really showing us right now. Okay. So this is the weekend to really just be like, all right, I figured out my shit. I got my boundaries down. I figured out my relationship with money. This is the project I'm ready to really work on and launch and yada, yada, yada. And so if you have something you really want to work on, like with your radio station, this is the weekend to really collaborate with like-minded people to get those ideas flowing and grounding and putting that work in. Because Earth energy, you being a Virgo, you're like, I need to make it tangible. I got to put this into value. What can I do with this? So that's what all this weekend is all about.
You guys hear that? You guys hear that? And you know what? Some people think that you know, when you're excited about a project, and maybe I shouldn't call it a project, but your brand, your business, people don't understand how much energy and time you put into it, and that
Mm-hmm.
you have to like pay for some of that time,
Yeah.
you know?
I'm so short. I
So
need to sit up higher.
so yeah,
Yeah.
it's like people don't get it. Know your worth. Know your worth, ladies and
Oh, look
gents.
at that. See?
Okay. Then add tax.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you like that?
Mm-hmm. Perfect timing
Okay.
for that shirt too.
Yeah, I love it, girl. Love it. Okay, check this out. For everyone that's here, I know. Okay, maybe I think like a man. You know, I sometimes feel like I think like a man. Maybe that I was reading too much of Steve Harvey shit back in the day. But anyway, I'm gonna leave that one alone. We'll talk about that another day. But the Psych Mind. If you guys do not know about the Psych Mind, you need to check out the psychmind.com. They always have all these cool statements. They always talking about, you know, here's one of them. Men tend to fall in love after just 3 days, but women don't fall in love until date 14. What do you think about that?
I think I'm gonna piss off a lot of men right now, and I don't really give a shit. I mean, think about it. When you see a woman, we're fucking goddesses. How could you not? But when you see men, they lack so much common sense. They lack so much shit, and they're like, I have this big ego. Even if they don't think they do it, they fucking do it, okay?
Yep.
Most, like 9 times out of 10. So it's harder for us to actually be like, oh, he's the one. Come on. We have so much more value that we bring to the table most of the time than men do. And that's also because I feel like women's brains are wired differently, where we're like, we don't do a bunch of stupid shit. Men get into more accidents than women do because they're more like, oh yeah, this is a great idea. Let's jump off this cliff right now. Ha ha. And women are like, that's not a smart idea. And it's like, because we're thinking more safe, and you know, we're more on top of things and taking care of stuff. We're more nurturing, all of that. So I can see why men would fall in love with women quicker. I wonder though, when it comes to like, with like non-binary people, and then like gay and trans relationships too. I wonder like how those
Thank you.
statistics come into play as well.
I'm glad
That
you bringing that up.
yeah.
Yeah. He's on the radar says it's lust, not love. Women do think more rationally.
Yeah, we do. I'm saying, well, but the statistic we're talking about is love, not lust. So the statistics say otherwise.
That's true.
You
But you
can't
know what?
argue with facts.
I read the article that you sent me. How long does it take to fall in love? And this is by a professional matchmaker. Now, listen, you guys, this is just, you know, our opinion. I mean, we're not doctors, but once I read this article, it made me think more, and this is more scientifically, what she meant by why it takes longer for a woman to fall in love. The thing is, men are visual, right? Men are more visual. So
Yeah.
you guys, you
That's
know,
what I
they
was
say,
trying to say. That's what I was trying to say. I'm not the
yeah,
best at explaining stuff.
no, but you're right though. But I mean, we are goddesses. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, my
you
name is a
don't Google
scorpion goddess for
everything.
nothing.
Hello, okay, you know. But it's like for men, it's they said 48% more likely to fall in love at first sight. Okay, at first
Mm-hmm.
sight. You guys fall in love with the physical first.
Mm-hmm.
That's the part where you guys don't think.
I think that's because, like, if you go back into like evolution and stuff, men were looking for women that have like wider hips because you can bear more children, and that's what they were looking for. So I wonder if that might be why they fall in love with sight more than women do, because I don't know, I could be totally wrong, but I think women fall more in love with men when it comes to how much they can provide and take care of you, just based on like evolutionary stuff. And that's not something you see looking at somebody. That's something you experience. So that could be why too. I'm wondering with how the mind works that way.
That's true. Oh, here's on the radar talking about sight equal lusting.
He keeps going back to lusting, but the thing we're talking, the article has to do with love, not lust. We can talk about lust too, but that's not what this is. Love and lust are completely different.
But it makes me wonder though, because the fact that he's saying about the lust part, it's like, where does the love come in? Like, can a person lust over someone and eventually fall in love with them? Because
Yeah,
men, if it's love
I
at
think
first
so.
sight, he could be looking at her physically and thinking, God, that could be my woman someday. Or
In those jeans.
exactly. He went straight up genuine. He like, damn, that could be my
You know
wife
what's
too.
you know what's really funny? I was on TikTok the other day, and there's like this trend to be like, your dad was a blah blah blah, my dad was a whatever, and it's got like a song that goes to this trend, and they were posting pictures, but they weren't like actual pictures of Genuine from like his album covers and stuff, and I was like,
Mhm.
he looks good. Why does he look? And then they showed the posters of like his old like cassette tapes and CDs that he was. I was like, oh my God, it's Genuine. What the hell? I didn't recognize him at first. So that's funny.
It's it's crazy though, because I really feel Jay Ridiculous, he says lust is a feeling, love is an action. Yes. So you're basically saying, I wonder if lust, okay, if it's a
Is
feeling.
love an action? Is it? Love is deeper than an action.
You
Love
think
is an energy. Yeah, definitely. Love is an action. Love is a feeling. Love is intensity. Love is the purpose of everything that you put into life. So I don't
Mm.
think it's just an action. I think it's more to that. That just sounds too like it's either this or that. And it's deeper than that. It's
And
not just an action.
what about the love and the unconditional love? Because I've had this discussion with someone about this topic.
There's layers to it. There's so many
Yeah.
different versions of love. Like you can be in love, you can have love, you can have deep unconditional love. I think something that people get confused with when it comes to unconditional love is the boundaries.
Mm.
And
Really?
people can use the lack of, oh, because I have unconditional love, I have to do this for this person because they've done X, Y, and Z for me, and it's an unconditional thing. But when you do that, you're lacking self-love, which is another version of love for yourself.
Mm.
And you can have unconditional love for somebody, but still have boundaries up to be like, no, I'm not going to do this, but I still love you unconditionally. Then there's tough love too. There's like so many different varieties and versions of it. But
True.
yeah.
Jay Ridiculous says love is mistaken for codependency and infatuation. That's where I think the love at first sight comes from, the infatuation.
What is infatuation exactly? Like, I think, isn't infatuation more of like I feel like infatuation is more closer to what lust would be than actual love. You
Yes,
just confuse it.
yes. It's a nicer version way of saying,
Yeah.
I'm infatuated by you instead of saying lust. It's kind of like flirting, like a man going to a strip club. That's lusting,
Hmm.
you know. That's what I think. I don't know. I'm not a man, but I really want to talk more about this because I feel like because we're both discussing it and I'm seeing some of the men have, their own comments. DJ Skyline, love comes from the soul. Absolutely. And I feel like I really want to have a panel where it's me, you. For one, you're married.
Hmm.
Two, I'm not married. I want a married, divorced, single person, female team, and then a male team, because it's not fair. We giving our opinions, and I'm sure other people have way, opinions that I may have missed. Especially, I have been married, and I can honestly say the mistakes that I've made has actually made me a better person. I
Yeah.
mean, I really understand now what I was missing in, my past relationships and what I deserve and also what I may have not done, you
Hmm.
know. to keep my relationship strong. And now I'm like, yo, I get it now. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, it's like I'm taking the time out to really listen and not just hear what people are saying, but really listening to that
Like
person.
soaking that in.
Yeah.
For me, before I got married, I was in a long-term relationship for about 5 years. And I was just set, like, this is the person I'm going to be with, this is the person I'm going to marry. And I didn't like have self-love and self-respect, and I didn't know who I was. I got so, just like somebody brought up with codependency, that's definitely something that can come in. Like, you lose a part of yourself where it gets to the point where it's not healthy.
Yeah.
There's a difference between like having someone to be your partner and then just being completely codependent, and you lose yourself in that.
I did that.
And I went on a deep spiritual journey, and I was like, I'm not gonna fucking be with this person. You don't actually make me happy. You're not for me, and I gotta find out who I actually am, and I can't do that in a relationship. And so I ended the relationship. I went on this deep thing, and I discovered self-love. I discovered my boundaries. I discovered my self-respect and what I have to bring to the table and what I'm willing to put up with and what I actually want in a partner. And so I did this whole manifestation thing. I wrote down what I wanted. And I made a promise to myself that the next person I'm with is going to be my soulmate and my husband. And I started listening to Attract Your Soulmate binaural beats for 3 weeks straight.
Wow.
And then my now husband slid in my DMs on Instagram, and he lived over 2,000 miles away from me. We had no mutual friends, nothing whatsoever. And I was like, there's something here. And there were just so many synchronicities with the both of us. But that's when getting into a relationship, you need to know who you actually are. And you need to have 100% accountability for yourself and your self-love. Because if you don't have that, you're going to get lost in the relationship. And you're going to lose yourself because you didn't have yourself to begin with. So there's even more of you to lose.
That's true. Oh, girl, you speaking it. That's true. Like, if I can show you some photos of me when I was married, and I don't even look the same. It's like night and day.
Really?
I even go and look at those pictures. People say, you should let it go. You should let it go. And I do, but I like to go back and look at those pictures and say, you know what? I am not going to go back to that.
Right, exactly.
I'm not going to be that person.
Right.
That was not me. I had put all my dreams, I put a lot of things on hold because I wanted my partner to feel secure. I wanted him to know that I was in it all the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But he wasn't listening to me. You know what I'm saying? That there's a part of me that was missing, that he had no interest in helping me. I wouldn't even be doing this. What I'm doing now, I would not be doing this at all. He would not approve of this.
Yeah, so see, and that, yeah, no. And you can't be fully successful and have a real love, a real, like, deep depth soul. No words can go into it, love, if you can't even be yourself and go for your own dreams and have that person supporting you and by your side. It doesn't work. And it's got to go both ways. It has to.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, and that's why I was like, you know what? There's no stopping me. I feel like I lost a lot of years not doing me. But I always said that if I was to ever get involved again, I got to make sure that we are like in tune.
Yeah.
We are equally yoked. We gotta work. And there's going to be problems in relationships. I think.
Oh yeah, there always is. It's not all rain and sunshine, but rain and sunshine, what the hell am I talking about? It's not all sunshine and rainbows. It's rain and sunshine, but like, you got to know how to communicate with your partner, and both like it has to go both ways. And like we were talking about last week, when it was like, you can be ready to listen, Or you can be ready to speak to somebody, but that doesn't mean the other person's ready to hear and soak in what you actually have to say. So that's why it's like you got to know, like, how does my partner communicate? What is their love language? How can I get this across from them? And work that way. And a big thing, the most important lesson I learned from my grandfather was when you're married, it's not you versus them, it's us versus the problem, because you're a unit.
Yes, you're right. And you know, it's because me being a Virgo, Virgos, we express our love through action.
Yes,
You're
you
going to
do.
know.
That's that
But
earth energy. You gotta like put it into something, nurture,
yeah,
take care.
yeah. And that's just how we are. But we expect that person to do the same because we express
Oh
action.
yeah, yeah, you do. And then you're like, oh, so you don't actually love me, but I'm not gonna ask you for help because you should just know because I'm a Virgo. Yeah, I know how y'all work. I know how y'all operate.
That's true. Any Virgos down there? I need to know.
You won't reach out and ask for help because I know how to do it the right way. Nobody else knows how to do it the right way. Yep.
Even cleaning. My daughter will clean and I'll be right there. I'm like, oh, that looks good. And I'll go get the broom and at that spot.
Oh yeah.
That's bad. But hey, I'm admitting it. But we don't have a problem admitting when we're wrong. It's hard to do that. But I've learned that not everyone is going to love you the way
You want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, some people give gifts. Some people, you know, verbally express it. I always feel when somebody verbally express themselves, depending on the situation, that it's just words. Oh, it's just words to me. Ah.
That's why astrology is so important, to pull the charts, because then you can see where is this person that I'm with, where is their Venus placement, where is my Venus placement, because Venus is love and relationships. And when you see if it's in, I don't know, for example, like mine's in Sagittarius. So if you see that, you're like, this person loves by being spontaneous and having fun and likes to play a lot, but is also has this deep love to be spiritually connected and, you know, in that kind of way, but is also very passionate. And then you see the other person's Venus is in, like, I don't know, Aries, and you're like, they're almost the same thing. They got that fire in them and they're like passionate lovers and, you know, high sex drive and all that. So when you see that, it's like, okay, that's why this is important to have. I mean, there's a bunch of other stuff that goes into it, but when you see that, that's why astrology is so important, because then you can use that to your advantage as like a blueprint, a way to guide through, okay, I understand this. This is how I can work better with this person. And then I see this in myself. So this is what I know I'm good at, and also the things that I know I need to work on.
But see, people don't believe in astrology. People think it's just mumbo jumbo. Like,
that's
oh
because they don't understand it. They don't understand it. That's all it is. Just say you didn't research it. Just say you didn't have someone teach you. Just say that. That's all that is.
DJ Skyline says, I'm fine alone. If it comes, that's what's up. But I'm not going to look for it. I'm a busy man. See, when I hear that, DJ, when I hear that, I worry because I'm old school. And I was always, my dad always say, you never go and chase, if a man is interested in you, he's going to show you. I don't think it's a good thing for women to I'm not going to say chase. Maybe I shouldn't say make the first move, or I don't know. I just don't like the idea of a woman have to make that first move, or I don't know. I just think that's a man's role to let a woman know that he's interested. He don't have to like verbally say I'm interested in you, but to show some type of sign.
So is that
saying that he's a busy man, that he's not gonna go look for it? But
when you feel that way, is that for you, like what you want personally, or is that what you put out for like everybody when it comes to like the quote unquote like gender roles? Because I'm the opposite. I think gender roles are stupid. I think it's a social bullshit crap. I mean, I've studied a lot of like brain fart. Oh my God.
On the radar, what do you mean? It is. You're right. Like, I don't know. Okay, so if I'm interested in somebody, I should just go and just hit his DMs and be like, yo, you fine as hell.
Gender roles are all just like a social construct and what is used to put people in a box and say, oh, because you're this is what you need to abide by, this is what you need to go with. And I feel like people are their individual selves, and there's some stuff that is just like, I operate this way because this is who I am. I don't like the gender roles, the traditional stuff for me personally, but that doesn't mean I'm going to be like, oh, you should not do that. I think people should do what they want and what they feel is right and what works for them. So like,
it's all about
yeah,
chemistry. Okay.
Yeah. So like for
I'm
me,
with that.
like I would prefer like a guy to like reach out to me, because that's what I like. But I'll also go up and like say something too. I won't be like, oh, this isn't gonna, you know. But that's why it's like, if I didn't like step out of that like quote unquote gender role like comfort zone, I probably wouldn't even be. I was okay. So I was okay. Before you could see people were texting on like Instagram in the DMs, you couldn't see that. And I opened up the DMs to message my now husband. We never talked before. I started messaging him. I started typing to him. And at the exact same time he wrote to me at the exact same time, but we never talked before. So that's like, if I didn't try and initiate that, I mean, he still would have messaged me, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I still went out of my way to be like, hey, I want to get to know you. Who are you? But yeah. And I don't know. No, but I think it goes into like there's a lot of, damn, I can't, my brain, it's Mercury. Mercury's in retrograde. My brain's not the words.
Just have that coffee with you at all times.
That'll help. Somebody said, only thing I've seen that I wouldn't agree with is a woman proposing, but making the first move is okay. I think women can propose. Why is that a problem?
Really? I don't know, girl.
Women can do whatever they want. Why is it that we can and can't do certain things?
I just think it's because oh gosh, I don't know. I think it's because it's such a traditional thing to do, and it's almost like,
why is it traditional? Why is it traditional, and why is tradition so important that we need to keep doing whatever the tradition is? Because things keep changing. Nothing is the same.
That is true. That is true. You're absolutely right. I guess it's because we're so used to seeing the man on bended knee and, you know, proposing. You know what I mean? And just to see a woman do it, it's kind of like, whoa. You know, it's a shock factor there.
But it's a shock factor because, again, it's a social construct. We're socially designed because society was like, this is how you guys need to be. And when people go outside of that box and say, fuck what the norm is, I'm going to do what I want to do, people are shocked. They're like, oh my God, how could you do this? But that's how you break the barriers. People can do whatever they want.
You hear that on the radar? He says, I don't know about that one. See, I think it's just a male thing. But it's funny, though, to go back to about men falling in love quicker. And the reason why, you guys, it takes a woman longer. This woman says that we have a certain hormone, a stress hormone that's released, right? It's a good stress release hormone. And, you know, she says something about the oxytocin.
Yeah, that happens during sex too. That's why we get more connected when we have sex, because women release oxytocin onto a man. That's why we're like, you're mine.
Right. It's all about releasing the oxytocin.
Yeah.
So it's basically, you guys, y'all not the ones that are freaky. We the ones that are the ones. We're the ones to determine whether we want you or not, depending on the sexual act. That's what I think.
Oh, another thing too is like, if say you go on a date with a guy, right? And the woman's the one who's going to decide if they're having sex that night. 9 times out of 10, because the men are already like most of the time more open, and they're like, we're gonna do it. But if she came and she took off her clothes and she's got matching lingerie on and all that, she decided before the date, this is happening.
Yep.
Men just show up with boxes. They're just or whatever the hell they wear.
Exactly. Should Calvin Klein's please? If this gonna happen, I like Calvin Klein underwear.
Me too. I like the boxer briefs.
Sexy.
That's what they're called, right?
Oh
I like
yeah,
boxer briefs. Yeah, my husband wears
yeah,
those. I like those.
yeah. I like that too.
Yeah.
I mean, the boxers are cool, but I like a little snug.
I like boxer briefs.
You do the box
Yeah.
briefs. I don't
Yeah.
know. As long as it look good in the box briefs. Boxer
Yeah.
briefs.
They're long like boxes, but
But does it fit around the
they
leg?
fit on you. Yeah. They
Yeah.
fit on you.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
likes that too. I likes that.
Apparently, I didn't know this, but if I look back at my exes, apparently I have a thing for like men who have really big, strong legs.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's probably because I got fucking tiny fucking chicken legs, so I'm like, what I don't got is what I want. I don't know.
So, girl, I can't believe it's all about boxer briefs. Look, I have thought about having a show called the Gray Sweatpants Contest. I thought about that
Ooh, we should
for
do
the
that.
single ladies.
We should do that.
You want to do
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. We should rate like who has the best the best package, whatever, in the
Yeah.
boxer briefs. Yeah. It was funny. Before I met my husband in person, I would tell him, I'd be like, send me a dick print. Not a dick pic, but a dick print with the gray sweats. I was like, and he'd be like, no. I'm like, send it now. I want to see. Because I couldn't see him in person. We live like 2,000 miles apart before I met him. So yeah.
It's not even the package. Look, it can't just be. Look, you guys get to have fun. You get to watch
So do we.
Instagram models and chicks twerking and all that. So shoot, we need entertainment too. We're gonna think about this. We're gonna talk about this after the show. Because when I was doing the Cougar Club, yeah, I had wanted to do that.
The emojis.
See, and you're married. So look, how would your husband feel about you in this gray sweatpants contest? And then we'll give away.
Know.
Maybe I'll give away something. I don't know.
I don't know. I'll ask him. I don't think he would.
Ask him. He a Gemini.
I don't think he would. Yeah, so he probably won't give a shit. That's why I'm like, I don't know. I don't think he really care. I don't think he'd really care. Yeah, I'll ask him, but
yes.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be influenced. They get mad at me like you can't hang out with Latte. She a bad influence.
He wouldn't even tell me who I can and can't hang out with. He doesn't work like that. He'd be more like if he felt like it wasn't okay, like if he felt like disrespect or something, then I wouldn't do it. But if he was okay with it, okay. But it would be that would be on me. So he wouldn't put the blame on somebody else. That's what I'm saying. That's why we are in a very healthy relationship. That's why I was talking about, like, the communication and all that stuff when you pull up the charts and all that shit, and then it goes into psychology of the mind too. It's like astrology and psychology. Once you can figure those things out within your chart and your trauma from all your shit and whatever else, you're good to go. You just need psychology and astrology.
Yes, that's true. I want to ask you something else since you were talking about trauma. I sometimes feel like when you have what people call baggage, some people feel like you don't deserve love. Like, I'm not going to lie. I would ask a person, how's your relationship with your parents or whatever, or how's your relationship with your kids? I look at the kids. That's a big thing for me. Yeah. I didn't ask those kind of questions,
I wouldn't even have thought to ask that before either. That's a really good way to figure out, like, if your relationship with, especially your kids, but like with your parents, like, how is that? Because that has a huge play in, like, how are you now? And, if you have a shitty relationship with your parents, what does that mean with how you go through your life after that? Because if you have a bad relationship with your parents, how has that affected you emotionally to continue throughout stuff? Like, is it something you're still working through? And am I going to be somewhat of like a punching bag for that? Or
Right.
I don't know. It gets complicated, but that's a really good thing to ask. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Yeah, because sometimes, I did a show with my two affiliates, and we were talking about that. Too Much Game podcast had said, you know what? On the radar says you
So
really
you
get it.
really get it.
Hmm.
Get what? What do I really? I know I get a lot of shit, but I'm just wondering what he's talking about. Because then like the lag and stuff, I'm like, is he talking about like the dick prints, or is he talking? I don't know. Or is he talking about the trauma, or all of it? The dick print, the trauma. I don't know.
Because Too Much Game podcast was saying that when he meets someone or he goes out on a date or whatever, he brings up those things because then he makes a decision whether he wants to continue to see that person or not. And I was thinking to myself, like, you know what, that's so true. And I'll be honest with you, I have to be with someone who is confident. If you're not confident,
That's hard.
I can't
It's
really
hard
mess
to
with you.
it's hard to be like in a relationship and someone has like really low self-esteem or low confidence. It depends on like the degree because if it's like say you're really self-conscious, right? How much of that does that affect your life where it ties into our relationship and how much do you actually put in an effort to work on that? Like, are you willing to go to therapy to solve that problem? Or is it, my life just sucks and yeah, you have to pick up the pieces? Like, I mean, there's like a bunch of twists and turns that can go into that. It's not either this or that, but
True.
everyone has their shit. Everyone's got their shit. Like, I got my shit. My
You
husband
do.
got his shit. You got your shit.
Yep.
Everybody's got their shit. But accountability is such a big thing. How much accountability can you take for yourself, and how much growth are you going to put into yourself to be able to work on that so you don't pass down that onto other people and your kids and all of
Yes.
that. And that's why, like, right now, generational curses and generational trauma is such a big
I believe I
thing
broke
that people
mine.
talk about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still definitely working. Like, there's still more stuff that, like, I'm learning about. Like, I'm in a interracial marriage. Like, my husband, he's black. And there's a lot of stuff that I've learned just being with him talking about stuff that, like, the black community goes through, and like epigenetics when it comes to like PTSD that's been passed down from being enslaved and stuff like that, and how it like projects now into this like society where we're at, and how that's such a huge generational curse that a lot of people of color and the black community are like really working through, and it's such a big thing to talk about. And then like with me, I'm not black, but there's still like generational shit that came from my history, just being like Irish and whatever else, and like breaking those kinds of shit with like alcoholism and all this other stuff came like passed down generation and generation and generation, and seeing like abuse and all this other shit. It's like, how can you work through that? But there's intersectionalities. That's what I was talking about earlier. There's intersectionalities when it comes to that stuff. There's intersectionalities, especially like with you, for example, like you have intersectionalities of breaking stuff when it comes to just being black, but then also being a woman. So you have those intersectionalities right there. And it's like, in one way, like my husband can relate to the stuff that you're working through being a black person, and then there's stuff that I can understand with you just being a woman. But then
Absolutely.
you got both, so it's like there's more shit to unpack there, and there's so much stuff that like,
and it's hard
if
in the
people just have
workplace.
more compassion, yeah, I can like.
It's stressful. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even. It's so weird because the quarantine made me realize a lot of things, and I kind of it's almost like a good thing but a bad thing, because now that I'm back at work and I'm at a new job, it's stressful, and I do get anxiety about it because I see things and I hear things, and I feel like if I say something, then they'll see me as this angry person. It's like, and it's not me attacking anyone or saying it a certain way. If I say something and they don't like it, and I can just say it in a calm voice or just say
Mm-hmm.
something that they don't like, it's like you're wrong, or you're angry, and I'm like, I'm not. I'm just telling you how I feel. So now I don't say anything, and it's hard because I want to voice how I feel, but then I'm like an outsider. So, and I'm cool with that. I'm really cool with that. But I'm not going to allow you to disrespect me.
Right.
There's a line that you have to draw. So that's another topic. And
Right.
that's why I'd rather work for myself, because then I won't bother anyone.
Right. And then you're in charge of what you're doing and you own it. It's your platform and you decide who gets to be invited on. And if you don't
Right.
like it, that's it. You call the shots. Oh my
Exactly.
God. This actually reminds me. So, because I was talking about all of the planets and stuff, how everything is in earth signs right now. I guess today is Oprah's birthday, and
It's Oprah's
she's an
birthday. Oh, I'm
Aquarius.
so bad.
I,
I didn't
I
even know
I
that.
think that's what I saw, and because she's an Aquarius
Ooh.
are all about breaking traditional norms and fuck society. And it's like, what have I been talking about this whole time? That's like, we're under the Aquarius energy. So we're all like, fuck tradition. We're going to rebel. So, and it's like, when you look at Oprah, she broke all the barriers that were up against her as a black woman.
Yeah.
She's a billionaire, right? And it's like,
Ooh,
to get
hell
to
yeah.
that place, that's all that big Aquarius energy and a lot of earth placements, I'm assuming, must be in her chart to like put in that work, but then that Aquarius energy to be like, fuck what society has to say. I'm going to do what I want to do, and I'm going to do it
Mm-hmm.
my way.
Mm-hmm. But
So,
at the very beginning, though, she had to play the game. There's a
yeah,
game, and
yeah,
a lot of black community love her and hate her. You know what I'm saying? But I get it.
yeah,
I get what she had to do. But as a business person, no one's ever going to agree with everything on how the way you run your business. Oprah is a business. I want people to know that. Oprah is a business. OWN
yeah,
is a
I
business.
see that too.
You know what I'm saying? So people have to understand that. You have to separate the woman and the business. And I
Hmm.
was like that. I was thinking like, geez, I don't like how the way Oprah, but I'm looking at it because now that I'm running my own business, like, she's a brand. And she's got to do what she's got to do. And it's up to you on how you you know, create your art, create what you want for the world to see. And there's things I don't like that Oprah has done, but I respect her from the small town black woman from Mississippi who has a bachelor's degree in communications. Who would have thought that she would be a billionaire with a bachelor's degree in communications?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, she was around people that believed in her. And it wasn't us. Sorry to say this, but it wasn't black people. She had a godfather who was white who believed in her and helped her get to where she's at. But anyway, that's another topic. But yeah, it's amazing. It's like how we've gone to talking about love and relationships, but also discovering who we are as a person. And I think that's so important, because if you don't know who you are, you can't really project or show love if you
Right.
don't have a clue on who you are
I
as a person.
I love having conversations like these because I love the depth of stuff and then the understanding of things. And like, I know you say you don't know and understand a lot about Sagittariuses, but this is a lot of like stuff that Sagittariuses are interested in, this kind of stuff right
Mm-hmm.
here. Oh, somebody wrote something. I want to see what they
Mm-hmm.
wrote. Gotta leave. Oh,
Okay,
okay, great.
we'll be back. We love the conversation. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love having talks like this because it
me
really
too.
brings in like open discussions to be like, I don't know, it's just so real and
Yes.
it's deep and there's so many aspects that go into what we're talking about, so
Mm-hmm.
much. And like, I don't know, I've been learning a lot it's funny because it's like I thought, oh yeah, I know this, I know that, I know this, I know that, and then ever since like we've had to been quarantined and there's been a rise in a lot of stuff happening, it's like, oh shit, I didn't know what this act like. I just started learning maybe like a year ago about microaggressions, and I was like,
Wow.
that's what that is called. Like I like was like, ah, I don't like this, but I don't know what that is. And then I was like, oh shit. And then when I learned like there's a word to this like thing, and then now I see it more happening in front of me now, and I'm like, I mean, I'm an outsider, but like, I just get so mad, and
Yeah.
it's not right, and it's not fair, and it's
Hmm.
bullshit, and it's like, how do people not fucking get it? But at the same time, it's like, I just figured out what I'm sure there's more of what I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm sure there is, but
Hmm.
like, when they say like the history and everything's been so whitewashed and they don't want to teach real history of what actually fucking happened, oh my god, it's
I
so
know.
infuriating. I can't, I mean, I
It's
can only
scary.
imagine like if it was like personally, you know, but just being, I'm
Mhm.
like, this.
I know. You know, we're gonna have to do a part two and invite someone. I think I have to invite a guy on here.
I think it's a good idea.
Yes, because I need to hear a male's perspective on this. You know, it's only
Yeah,
fair. You know, man, I
I think
know.
it'd be fun.
I guess our time is up.
Damn, we're like really getting into something.
I know, girl. I love this. But you know what? It's so
Yeah.
healthy for me. People don't realize, you know, Latte Java Juice Radio, Bourgeois Latte, just this is so therapeutic for me
Mm-hmm.
because it's my time to just relax and being able to have an opinion, be able to voice it whenever I want to, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
and to help other people. I'm about helping people. And it's so important to have these discussions because you never know, someone might be going through something. And if it's just us talking about this and it's helping someone, then we're doing our job, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to continue to keep doing this and keep bringing great music because music is healing, and talking about our feelings and astrology, all of this is healing. You know, there's some things that we may not even want to face, but it's important in order for you to heal and to grow.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be back again. You let me know when you're available and we can discuss this again, and then I will round up the men. Should I bring two men, make it even so he won't feel attacked? Because we get to talking and it's that one guy, he gonna be like,
No, bring just one on.
bring one.
Yeah, I think we should dominate because men already dominate everything else. So I vote one.
All right, all right, cool.
It's
All
your
right,
show, you choose, but my vote's one. Let
you
him
can start
squirm a
with
little
one,
bit.
and then we'll go along with two later on.
Okay. All right, that
We'll
sounds
do
good.
that. All right. So you guys are gonna wrap this up. You know, we were brewing up some really good topics this morning, and we'll see you
Whoa.
guys next time. And I'm gonna have to play my guy Manny Solo, come together. So yeah, we're gonna
I
leave
like
on that
that.
note.
I was gonna say I like that wordplay, brewing up. I like
Yes,
that.
right, girl.
Yeah,
How you
I like that.
brewing?
Aha! I like that.
Yes, I'm hopefully Royal Diaspora, their coffee company. I'm gonna try to have a coffee roaster on once a month because I want them to, talk about their product because I love coffee and I haven't bought any coffee from anyone. So I gotta get somebody on my show so I can try their coffee and buy it. And yeah, I gotta keep this going. It's a Virgo morning show because Virgos gotta have their coffee and music and therapy. Hello. So thank you, Scorpion Goddess. You guys check her out. She's on Instagram. She's on YouTube. And you know where to find me. And lattejavadrips.com. If you want to hear some good music, you guys go to that link in the bio and you get some of that. And if you want to buy me a coffee, you can click on my link in my bio and buy me a coffee. Hey. So
Get her
to you
coffee.
later.
She needs it.
Absolutely. All right, girl. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.